Good afternoon, everyone. It looks like maybe our room host is not going to join us, but I will like to welcome everyone to the session Chatbot digital payment platform. My name is Debbie Brannon. I'm the area manager of innovation for Cabarrus County. And so let me start off with our commercial here. This session is sponsored by Dell Technologies. They are a platinum sponsor, and we are Dell Technologies, one company, one brand. We create technologies that drive human progress. That is our shared purpose. It defines who we are and what we do. Our unique visual language creates a truly connected journey with our customers and partners. We anchor on our core Dell blue color, and we use warmth and energy to bring our brand essence to life through one creative to tell a connected digital transformation story. So at the end of the session, I'll have another sponsor presentation for you. But again, I want to welcome you all to this session. My name again is Debbie Brannon. And I'm excited to tell you about our chatbot digital payment platform, Mycabco. But the success of Mycabco by Payit is not so much the chatbot as it is the entire experience. Let me share my screen here and get my PowerPoint started. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about give you an overall picture of our Payit project implementation with our tax system by tech and the experience and results of that project. I also have a short recorded message from Danielle Mcfadden. She's a supervisor of the Guilford County Tax Division. And she'll give you an overview of Guilford's experience with Payit platform and their tax system, NCPTS. As I mentioned in the chat, we have a couple of polls in the set up on the agenda page, basically just asking what tax system you all are using, and if you collect taxes online, do you post those payments to your system of record through a batch process, or do you use an API? I thought it'd be kind of interesting to find out from everyone on the webinar today where you stand. We also have George Stewart from Payit online today. So during the question and answer session, I'll let him introduce himself, and he'll help answer any questions you all may have. So Mycabco is a digital platform powered by Payit that allows our constituents to securely transact with Cabarrus County anytime, anywhere, and on their preferred device. Payit's been recognized as a GovTech 100 company for the last 5 years. And I had to update this slide as I was going over my presentation, because I realized I had 4 years here and they were recognized again this year in 2021. I first saw a demonstration of my NCDMV at the 2019 NCLGISA Fall Conference. And we had been looking for a new online tax payment processor for several years. And I was immediately captured by Payit's possibilities. We vetted the company over the next few months as a service provider for integration with our tax system by tech, and a contract was signed in February with Payit detailing all the integration and services to be provided, which are done at no charge to Cabarrus County. We had a live in-meeting project kickoff at the end of February, and then you all know what happened. The pandemic shut down travel and in-person meetings. But this team demonstrated incredible project management skills and was able to pivot to remote meetings and continue implementation and meet the go live date. Mycabco was like 9 months from conception to go live, and I think we really have a beautiful baby. The 2020 tax bills included a message introducing Mycabco for easy and contactless payment, which was a very timely service for the pandemic. Our tax department is the first department to integrate with Payet's digital platform, and the tax collector had several specific goals for a new online payment processor. The number one was to reduce fees for taxpayers, and we were able to reduce the credit card fees by 1.15%. And the ACH transactions went down, costs for your ACH transactions went down $3.75. The second thing was shopping cart. Our tax collector wanted to be able to pay multiple bills in one transaction. And we were able to do that with Payet. And this helps our constituents because then they only have to pay one transaction fee to process multiple bills. And the third thing was we needed secure online payments that automatically updated the tax system as paid. With our previous processor, we were having to, get those batch updates, and they would be updated the previous day, the next day, or over the weekend. It would be done on Monday. So using the API and doing that update immediately make sure that our records are accurate. So it took a lot of remote collaboration and work from several departments, and our both Payet and Bytech vendors, our tax department, ITS, communications and outreach, worked with our partners Payet and Bytech to successfully implement this project. And as I said, it was during the pandemic, so we all did work remotely or meet remotely. A lot of us were still in the office. The 20 team members listed here were directly involved in the weekly meetings, and there are another 10 to 15 that had some involvement in testing and configuration. So it truly took a village to bring this project to light. So project managers often ask the team to define what project success looks like. And the project's team's vision for a successful project, in addition to the tax collector's 3 goals I've already mentioned, were to have an online solution that is device agnostic. We wanted the customer experience to be the same no matter what device they were on. A simple and easy to use online interface was very important. We wanted to provide a 5-star customer experience for our customers. Reporting and reconciliation processes that satisfy the tax and finance departments were extremely important. I don't know if any of you are familiar with trying to reconcile credit card processing, but the posting is always different from the payment date. And when there's refunds or issues, trying to track that down is always a challenge working with the department and with finance. I have had that experience, so I knew that we really wanted somebody that could provide good reporting and reconciliation. And of course, we wanted PCI compliance for our online processing, but we also were looking for something that we could use for our point of sale that's customer facing. We wanted to make sure that customer facing counter point of sale devices were PCI compliant. And we needed that counter processing point of sale interface to be easy to use for our staff. And finally, we wanted to create some synergy and to be able to use the same payment processor for future integrations with other systems within the county. And looking at Payit, we also realized that we could use the Payit platform for some vertical integrations with the state and with other Cabarrus County municipalities. So our expectations were met and exceeded. And we also got a few additional features that we didn't ask for. So we also have the ability to set up scheduled payments and to make partial payments. And you can store your receipts in your digital wallet on the Mycabco app. If you have a MyNCDMV account, you can use that account to log into Mycabco as well. Now, I know there's some of you that are coming to look for a little technical information. And I'm about to play a video by Mark McIntyre, our Cabarrus County senior developer. He's going to detail the AP integration that he wrote that connects Payit and Bitech together. And so I will play that for you now.
Hello everyone, my name is Mark McIntyre and I'm the senior software developer here at Cabarrus County, and I'm going to briefly talk about my role with the Payit project. So with the Payit project, we had to write an API. And basically what the API does is it sits between Payit and our tax software called Bitech. So whenever Payit makes a request, it actually requests it from my API. My API goes into the tax server, or goes into the tax software, Bitech, pulls that data back, and it feeds it up to Payit. So just to show you an example with this, I'll go ahead and let Payit load, and we'll query a parcel. So we're going to choose, they want to search based on parcel. We're going to pop a parcel in. And then once we hit submit, what Payit is going to do, it's going to hit my API. My API goes into the Bitech software and it pulls it back up. And I'll also show you an example of how this works in Postman. So they hit submit. You can see here, that's it querying the API, and then the API pulls the data back up. To show you an example of this in Postman. Postman is a tool that we use for testing and monitoring APIs. I've got my URL here. That's exactly how I query it. I then hit send, and we're going to see that data populate in the body. So that's basically a payload of what's being sent to Payit whenever Payit does a request. You can also search on, multiple data points. You can search on parcel number, owner name, house address, street. It's going to give you back the same information. Another thing we can do also is to kind of show you whenever, and I'm not going to do a payment post, but whenever Payit is ready to post a payment to Bitech, this is the service that handles that. So instead of querying it, it's actually posting to it, and then we post it to Bitech based off of Payit. Another cool thing we did with this API is we actually set up constant alerts using Laserfish. So if for some reason there's a bad query to the API or something fails, we'll actually get an email. So basically our API interfaces with Laserfish, and then Laserfish sends us an email that something was wrong. So we get a message back from the API that all parameters passed were blank. Then we go into our inbox, and we can see here that LF Workflow, it's emailed myself, it's emailed Justin, it's emailed, Payit actually set up an email specifically for these alerts called integration alerts, and it's emailed why the API failed, why the call failed, and also what happened. So that was essentially my role with the Payit project. Like I said, we set up the API. We worked with Payit really well to set it up. I wrote the API in PHP, and like I said, it's done great. So, thank you.
And so that was Mark McIntyre. I did not think he was going to be able to be here today, but I do have him online so he can answer some questions in the Q&A later. So,
Hello, everyone. My name is Mark McIntyre, and I'm the senior software.
And so funny you should ask, Glenn, about the marketing. Payet worked with our communications department to create a very professional marketing package that reached out across all of our communication channels. We had the advertisement for the online payment on our bill. We had it all over our website. We had web placement, press releases. We did have a video that I'll show shortly that we put on YouTube and that was on our PEG channel. We advertised it in our electronic newsletter and across our social media campaigns, our channels. And brand alignment is very important to Cabarrus County. And so Payet provided those marketing materials and a platform design that showcases our brand. So on the next slide here is a video that was created by our communications department using the Payet design elements. It introduces our Mycabco and the new customer experience. And in this video, you'll hear from the Cabarrus County tax collector. You'll also see a short snippet of the chatbot user experience.
Tax bills have already gone out, and you've probably already noticed that there is a section indicating Mycabco. Mycabco offers the ability to pay on your phone. It offers the ease of paying more than one tax bill.
Search for your bill, your property, your parcel. It allows you to search by your name, and you can find your property, add it to your account, and then from there, once it's on your account, you can pay any bills related to it with just a couple clicks.
When you log on to Mycabco to make a payment, it's like having a conversation. It's just a few clicks and then your payment's made and you get a confirmation to your email, which I think is really cool, and you'll get a receipt that you could use for your record keeping.
Cabarrus County IT has been working really diligently on trying to make our systems mobile friendly to the point where we're focusing mobile first, where it works on your phone, but it'll also work on your desktop.
It's important during a time like this for citizens to be able to make a contactless payment, and you can do that with Mycabco.
We're really proud of that little video. I think it highlighted the new services and the ease of use. Glenn's asking if we had pushback from seniors or less tech savvy people. Not really, and I don't know if it was because it was during COVID or not, but in a minute I'll show some stats on our help desk tickets, and they were very low. So after 9 months of the Mycabco powered by Payet, we have more than 3,500 Mycabco active accounts. There have been over 10,000 transactions, and we collected over $22 million. So it's been really successful. So we still had people, coming in and dropping off their checks in our drop box, even when we were closed for COVID. But in a minute you will see, I think this is it. This was our collection totals for the first month compared to 2019. And some of this could have, COVID impacted it a little bit, but we collected almost $2.3 million more in 2020 online than we did in 2019. So while our offices were closed due to the pandemic, having Mycabco provided an easy way for our taxpayers to make that contactless payment, and it ensured that our tax revenue collections continued to be timely. And even after our offices opened back up, you can see that our collections continue to outpace our previous online payment solution. So we've had very few support tickets. This is a report after the first 4 months. You see we had 27 tickets reported, and many of these were more of how to log on, or just were questions about how to get refunds, or some of our, it was more about the tax process than it was how to pay online. You see we had 7 tickets come into the Cabarrus County Help Desk, fee questions, locating a receipt, or only one to assist with a payment, and one was asking how to change their address. So what's next for Mycabco? We're introducing e-billing with the 2021 tax bills, which will be a convenience for our constituents, and hopefully, as we get more and more people to opt into e-billing, it will be a savings on printing and postage for the county. And we're working to expand the use of Mycabco and advertising our new e-billing option. We're going to do this by taking advantage of the Pay It vertical partnership with the state by running a e-bill campaign that targets the MyNCDMV users that are located in Cabarrus County. Ultimately, my vision is to use this vertical and horizontal partnerships through Pay It platform to create seamless user experiences between the state and local governments. So for example, vertical to MyNCDMV for vehicle registrations, vehicle registration taxes, driver's license renewals, and voter registration. I know you all probably get the same questions we do. We stopped collecting vehicle taxes, I don't know how many years ago, but people still come to the county to pay their vehicle taxes. So if we can redirect them up to the state for that, that's just a better customer experience for the citizens. And also we're looking to do some horizontal integration to other county systems and local jurisdictions here with our building and zoning permits. We use Excella, so that's the next application we're going to target to integrate with Pay It. Here's an example of how the vertical's already working. Someone who was renewing their driver's license using my NCDMV user said, you know, now what about property taxes? And so the Pay It support responded, do you happen to live in Cabarrus County? And they said, yes. So they said, you can do it online too. So we are already reaping the benefits of that vertical partnership with the state. And Pay It offers a configurable column dashboard layout. So we plan to use something similar to ICANN, which is displayed here as we add more services to Pay It. A very quick and easy add would be voter registration, because during the pandemic, the state started allowing voter registration through my NCDMV. And that would be an easy button to add to Mycabco. Because we do voter registration at the county level too. So that would be a very quick and easy add. And finally, from the Cabarrus County experience, the customer experience provided Cabarrus County's Mycabco is a 2020 Government Experience Project winner. So we are very excited to be able to win that. And we were, I think it was submitted maybe 2 months after we went live. I really didn't expect to win it in 2020. I thought we'd have to wait to 2021, but we are very excited to be that government experience winner. Now the next is just a slide, and it's a recording of Danielle Mcfadden from Guilford County, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her experience with Pay It.
Hello everyone, my name is Danielle Mcfadden. I'm the tax supervisor for Guilford County and also part of the team that has been going through and working with Pay It and implemented into our property tax system NCPTS, and that is by Farragut. We've had a great success so far. We do offer the counter payments, web mobile, as well as the IVR to process these payments now for taxpayers. I've had great feedback with the taxpayers for the counter payments. The credit card machine that we do use is very similar to what you would use at a gas station, grocery store, or other places, public places that you go and swipe your card or insert your chip to these days. Our IVR's usage actually gone down tremendously compared to last year. Web and mobile payments have increased. I would say this is attributable to the ease of use because the public is used to paying bills again or making online purchases with the cart function that Pay It uses that's very similar to online platforms. You select one or more bills, you'll load it into your cart, you indicate how much you're paying for each transaction, and you submit the items in your cart for payment. There's one transaction fee, and there is the small processing fee as well. We've actually saw an increase in taxpayers with larger balances or taxpayers with multiple bills using the online system. Right now, our biggest concern is the functionality needed within the IVR process. Debbie's team was able to have someone with the API system and introduce that into their system. We again are having some issues right now, but we are working with Farragut to help with the NCPTS system because it was designed to work with only a single transaction at a time. Pay It has gotten smarter, or places such as Pay It have gotten smarter. It can now send multiple transactions in a single record. Again, this is true of most places that you're going to shop online and at grocery stores, and that's our goal. We want to be similar to these systems that taxpayers are using elsewhere to increase those payments. And the Pay It system is not designed to split those items in two separate records. And frankly, I don't think they plan on splitting those payments because they are all about the enhanced customer experience. Again, we are working with Farragut, and we hope in the next few months to have everything implemented so it does run smoothly. And again, that is not a reflection of Pay It. And our goal is to have everything completed and done and everything with a smooth system. If you guys have any other questions along the way, if you choose to use Pay It, you're more than welcome to give me a call and I'll help you out along the way of what we've used. It's gone great, or if we've had issues, help you go along the way with those issues and having those resolved. Thank you, everyone.
And so that wraps up our presentation. Let's stop sharing my screen here. I do have George Stewart is here today. If George, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, thanks, Debbie. That was a great presentation.
Thank you.
Yeah, so my name is George Stewart. I am the managing director for Pay It for North Carolina. And so I don't work day to day with Debbie's team, but I work with the people who do, along with the people who work with Guilford County and all of our team members who work with the state. So we've really enjoyed our partnership with all three of those entities and hope to continue.
Thank you, George. So I want to open the floor up for any questions. Glenn did ask what was the cost, and the cost is zero to the county, except for the e-billing. There is a cost for the e-billing, which we've just started, but for the integration and the setup is zero. The point of sale is zero as well. So you do not have to pay for your point of sale machines either, or we did not. I assume that is still the pricing for everyone else, but that's what we're paying. Does anyone have any other questions? I do have the developer who wrote the API online. Crickets?
This is Banu. I'm calling. I'm from Richland County. So for the payment processing, so in South Carolina we use like SCGov. So basically the county doesn't have to deal with the credit cards and all that stuff. So Payit is like a full service payment portal. So the county can take the citizen information and send it to you guys, and we don't store any on our side.
That's correct. All the payment information it's a payment portal. So all the payment information is handled by Payit.
Okay. And then of course, I guess the citizens can get emails at various points of time, like, hey, this payment has went through or the payment has failed or something.
Mark, do you want to answer that? I know that we do send some emails from our system. I don't know if it's Mark's.
Yeah, we're here. What was the question about?
The question was about emails for payment failures. And
Yes. So the way that's set up, that actually uses Laserfish workflow. So if the API hits a failure, then it calls the Laserfish API and it puts the data in it as a payload, and then it sends it to us directly. So we're able to get that information as soon as a failure happens in the API.
Can it be linked to other workflows like on-base workflow or stuff like that?
Sure. Yeah, OnBase is similar to
Laserfish.
Yep.
yeah.
Okay.
And if there are any BITEC users here, of course, we will share our API with you and you will be off and running a lot quicker than we were able to go. So it took us 9 months, but if you're a BITEC user, we will share our API and you can take off running.
So how do you validate the citizen? How do you know the citizen is the right person from their citizen have a city's unique ID?
Well, we don't care. In this instance, if somebody else wants to pay my tax bill, they're more than welcome to.
Oh, okay. There is no citizen thing. It's only by services. Okay. Okay. Understand. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Debbie, this is so cool. This is just the neatest stuff. As always, you and your team are always coming up with some really neat stuff. We are looking at different tax software, and I think as we do that, we may want to explore maybe moving in this direction. I don't want to speak for my tax administrator, obviously, but or my finance director either, but I'm sure they would want to explore this and so I guess George, you said is part of the Payit team.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll probably hit you guys up for some contact information. This is very cool.
Certainly. And like I said, I learned of Payit from NCLGISA, from the fall 2019 conference. So when I attended the MyNC DMV presentation. So I think, again, it just reiterates how important NCLGISA is and how important these sessions can be. I'll also say that Payit, you all know, as you've implemented many software systems over the years, that it's the vendor relationship is very important. And I have nothing but positive things to say about Payet. And there's a lot of vendors out there I can not say a lot of positive things about. So we are always very honest and forthright with our opinions when we're working with vendors. So they get very high marks from Cabarrus County.
This is so cool. Thank you guys so much for sharing this. This is awesome.
You're welcome. And I will, my contact information is, out on the Pathable. So if anybody wants to reach out, we or have any additional questions, we'll be happy to respond. Are there any other questions or comments? George just put his contact information in the chat. And like I said, the chatbot is cool, but when we write chatbots, we have chatbots in-house, but it's the whole package that really makes Payet worthwhile. Not having to pay for that integration was huge. I mean, all the other tax systems, payment processors we had looked at, there was going to be a large upfit or a large charge to do that integration work. That there was no charge for that on the Payet side. We did invest some, or Mark did invest quite a bit of time of his time in writing the API, but he took it as a challenge as always. He's always taken the working hard on those integrations. So we're very excited and look forward to a long partnership with Payet and adding more of our departments to the Payet platform. Okay, well, if there's nothing else, we'll end a little early. And I look forward to chatting with you, Glenn, and others that want to hear more about Payet. Thank you for attending.
Debbie, is there a way that we can have this recording as well? Is that possible?
I will ask. I don't know. I hit record and went to the cloud, so I'm sure that it'll be available. So.
Thank you.
And thank you for attending, George. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Bye.
Yes, thank you.